Rick, you held them scoreless for 2 quarters, and then they put Randall in, and then all of a sudden kind of got it going. Were you guys not prepared for that?
No, we were prepared for it, but there was just things that we weren't doing as a defense. They were, like, we just weren't executing on what the play call was. Like, our coach was getting the plays in. It was just us defensively. We weren't executing like we were earlier in the quarters.
Great. This was Randall and Avi's first time playing. How do you think he did playing obviously in the linebacker?
To my, like, what I thought, he played great. He filled the holes. He made the plays he needed to make. He had some mistakes, but you're never going to play a perfect game. But when he was on the field, he made the plays we needed him to.
Justin, what did you think led to kind of the change there, where they started clicking on offense?
You know, like you said, like they said before, we did a pretty good job in the first couple quarters in the first half. You know, part of the third, shutting down their run game. You know, we were getting some good pressure on their quarterback too, and I felt like they just threw in that quarterback to see if those power reads and all that, and all the option game would work. You know, and obviously it did, and we didn't play like we could have. And that's just good planning, good coaching on their part.
Justin, individually, you played pretty well tonight. What'd you say?
Yeah, but it doesn't matter what I do. I'm just one guy. It takes all 11 of us to win the game. I could just do my job as best as I can, but if everyone else around me isn't doing their jobs, then it doesn't really matter what I do. Like if you came out with a loss, and that's not acceptable. We out here trying to get some wins, and what I do doesn't really matter. I care about what the rest of my guys on defense do, and if they don't win, then I don't win. It doesn't matter how well I do.
So, Rick, there were some big plays there in the fourth quarter, runs up the middle and stuff that the defense had seemed to have taken care of after the first quarter when it happened. Was it the fact that Randall was in there, that you had to spy him too much, and then they would run up the middle?
Somewhat, yeah. Like Randall, he was a much more running quarterback than Solomon, but like guys in the game, we're just not executing later in the game as we were earlier in the game, and it just comes down to guys executing and doing their job.
I mean, the inside linebackers have been decimated, and you guys really stepped up, but it's come to a point where you needed to rotate more people in to stay fresher, because those runs up the gut were just devastating.
Yeah, they were actually real devastating, because as a defense, one of our main goals is we have to slow down the run, and we did it for most part of the game, but the fourth quarter, things were just not going our way. We weren't executing like we were early in the game, and it started hurting us.
Was fatigue any factor in that?
I wouldn't say fatigue was a factor. I feel like everyone on the field is very well conditioned, and everyone was ready to play. A goal of ours is knowing that we have to play 60, 70, 80 snaps a game, so we have to be prepared for that.
Were you guys as a defensive unit frustrated with how lack of productive the offense was?
No, because we can't do anything on the offensive side of the field. So as a defense, we just focus on what we have to do. If the offense isn't having the game they want, but we have to step up, that means we need to do what we need to slow them down and just do our jobs, because we have no part of what the offense does. So we just need to focus on when we're on the field.
Is it more disappointing for you guys to lose a game in the fourth quarter, considering that all off-season, coming into the season, you guys talked about you need to win the fourth quarter? So is that fourth quarter that big to you guys that you lost it? Is that devastating to you guys?
Yeah, definitely. One of our big things, win the fourth quarter, and the fourth quarter is ours. And just to be in the fourth quarter and just let the game slip away like that really hurts more than getting blown out for the whole game. We all played our hearts out, but just to go into that fourth quarter and let it just slip away like that really definitely hurts a lot more.
Justin, you already had the players only meeting after the last loss. How do you guys respond to this and keep guys from mailing it in from this point forward?
A bunch of the guys on this team, we're all fighters, man. We lose games, but we don't hang our heads. We like Coach Lever tells us, what's done is done. We move on. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna move on. We're gonna focus our attention on Oregon State. We're gonna go over the film and make the corrections we need to make. But we can't let the past be in the past. We can't let this slow us down. We have 6, 7 more games left to play, and we plan on winning those games.
The one touchdown where Baker kind of ran down and then was wide open on the left flat. What was going on? I mean, they hadn't shown that play at all. What happened with coverage when he was wide open there?
It was just a defensive breakdown. Guys losing who they had just because all the mesh and like everything was going on. And they, like you said, they hadn't run it and we hadn't seen it, so it was just a play on our part we didn't execute.
Any more questions for these two? No? Okay. Thank you, guys.